So we have gone through the history. So whenever people want to communicate with each other, they are shouting and calling each other. Then they have started showing fire signals. So up to 10-meter distance, they can call the people for the help. Then sign language telegram came into the market. After that, they have started showing signal and taken help at the time of disaster of Titanic. They have shown the signal SOS, save our soul. So using that signal, nearest boat came and they have saved many people's life. Then first radio station got started. People seated together and enjoyed music and entertainment. It was having very high, we can say, antenna at that time, very big antenna. Then during World War II, they required big wireless communication. At that time, walkie-talkie started into the market, but it was having single-way communication. People were speaking at one at a time. Then there were optical telegraph came into the market, and radio was the serious reason of mobile telephone. After the World War II, the first series of mobile got launched, and it was very bulky in size. Then GSM introduced, then SMS introduced, video calling introduced in 1991. They have introduced mobile video calling, and then various generation of I can say mobile came into the market. What I can ask you in this unit is your first question I can ask you is explain the history of wireless communication. Second question I can ask you is you have to explain the generation of the mobile phone or your faculty of mobile computing. This kind of question generally asked into the exam paper. And then you have to explain the generation difference between the various generation of mobile phone, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. So initially there were analog based communication was there. You can just talk. In second generation, SMS introduced. People can send messages. Multimedia messages got introduced in 3G, and internet got introduced during the 2G, but it was having very low speed. In 3G and you can see the serials, you can watch the movie, you can talk with each other, you can send messages, use internet. These are the various generation of, I can say, mobile. Then in first unit, we have gone through the features of wireless communication, advantages and disadvantages of wireless communication. The first advantage is you don't require physical infrastructure everywhere. If I want to use internet in my car, it doesn't mean I have to, I require physical infrastructure, I have to establish physical infrastructure. No, there is no need of any kind of physical infrastructure. You can use it easily, anywhere, anytime. It is cost effective, it is flexible, it is convenient to us, it provides very good speed, it can be accessible for anywhere, it gives you a constant connectivity. Advantages. And what are the disadvantages of wireless communication? The first disadvantage is security. You can see here so many accounts are hacking, people are hacking so many accounts. It is having, we can say, high cost of setting infrastructure first time. Next is there is if there is some kind of physical obstacle will come. Suppose you are using TV remote and somebody stand in between you and means remote and TV, then that person will act as a, we can say, physical obstacle for you. You cannot even start or on and off your TV. Certain kind of climate conditions, suppose the weather is very bad, the rain is outside, so there is a distortion you will going to get in your TV screen, or you can say in your disconnection, in your mobile voice calling. Then we have gone through the wireless communication types, and we have gone through the spread spectrum, which was having various kind of lights like radio wave, microwave, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays, and that we are using for different purpose. Like microwave, we are using for microwave oven and mobile. Radio wave, we are using for the radios. X-ray, we are using for showing view inside your body objects. Gamma rays used for the cancer cell killing. So these are the various rays that we are using for various purpose. And this spread spectrum is controlled by the government. If traffic we are not controlling, there is no traffic signal, then you can see the situation how people can easily get some kind of problem, accident is there. So this spread spectrum is governed by the government of that particular country, and they are giving license to for the particular frequency to that company. Company has to pay money to the government, and according to that given frequency, they can provide internet connection. You can see our country is divided into 22 clusters. We have gone through all these things. And I told you what are the types of wireless communication. Propagation modes, ground wave propagation. Sometimes we need, we can say, ground wave propagation for the various applications. Then there are these skywave propagation that we are using for mobile phone. There are line of sight propagation is required
Ma'am,
for our
ma'am, ma'am, your voice is not clear. Hello,
Yes, yes,
your voice is not clear, ma'am.
yes. Since beginning it is not clear or right now.
No, since beginning.
When you are telling me now, let me see if any classroom is available, then I'll shift the place. Hello? Clear now or should I change the place? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear.
Okay. Then we have gone through the types of clients. There are two types of clients, SOC and AOC. SOC means sometimes on connectivity, AOC means always on connectivity. Am I audible properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Riva, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
SOC means sometime on. Okay, thank you. SOC means sometime on connectivity. It means, for example, there is a we can say the president of our university. He required data of the faculty, but from the ERP system or data of particular student. That client is known as a SOC, sometimes on connectivity. He doesn't require data every day. But there are some people who still require to access internet and their data every day. For example, some person is handling a ticket account system, or a person is a clever. Yes,
Your voice is not clear.
yes, Riva. Not clear.
Ma'am, it is breaking again.
Okay, let me change the place. I'm shifting in another classroom if voice will come here. Is it visible now?
Ma'am, the
May I sit in this class?
but your voice is breaking.
Let's go everywhere. The problem is coming. Classrooms are locked. Hello,
Yes,
Riva.
ma'am.
Is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Now it is coming clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So next type of client is AOC client, always on connectivity. Means they are the people who has to sit in front of that particular website and they are using every day that web pages. So this we have gone through. Then I told you the architecture of mobile computing, 2-tier and 3-tier architecture. I have even given you example when a single person handling everything. For example, the person who is owning his, we can say, shop of hot dog, and that person is, we can say, accountant. That person is serving the food. That person is making the food. But when there are very few clients are there, that person can manage properly. But if more than one people are coming, that person is not able to handle the things. So this kind of problem occurred with the two-tier architecture when there are so many client machine are there and they are sending requests to the server machine. So that kind of problem was there. So what is the solution? They have kept middleware. Here, if that person is having his own, we can say restaurant, the chef are different, the accountant person is different. So they can handle the situation very easily when there are more than one customer comes. Same way, they have one middle layer, application layer, middle layer, and database layer. So that was happened with the three-tier architecture. So presentation tier, logical tier, and data tier. We have gone through all these things. So presentation tier means you can see your application. Application tier, you can see the business logic, the process, and the database tier is going to manage your database. I already explained you everything. The presentation tier means you are working with the Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, Opera, and application tier means you are making your pages in particular logic behind that pages in that PHP, or you can make an GSP, servlets. Data tier, you can handle your database into SQL, XML in database form. If I can give you some example, a simple language example, real-time example, I'm using the ATM machine, right? So when I am giving username and password and I'm withdrawing my money, it means I'm interacting with the presentation tier. And the logic behind that particular ATM machine, what programming they have done, that comes under the application tier. And my database is there in that particular ATM, or we can say bank. It is centralized database, it is distributed database. I can access my money from anywhere or any ATM of any bank. So that database handling task can be done by this database tier. So these are the three-tier architecture. This architecture you have already learned during your database management subject. So it is having various middleware, message-oriented, transaction processing, communication, database middleware, distributed middleware, and transcoding middleware. So we have gone through all these middlewares. See here in this subject, I already told you we are having lots of architecture like Bluetooth architecture, like mobile computing architecture, wireless LAN architecture. So for each and everything, there is one architecture. In every chapter, you are having one architecture. So you have to remember all these architectures. This is a very, we can say, easy, simple, and theoretical subject. You can get easily very good marks. You can score if you can have this kind of 2-3 subjects in every semester. Now then you will going to get very good score. So this is really a nice subject, and syllabus is very short. Design consideration of mobile computing. Now, what is the meaning of design consideration? Design consideration means whenever you want to design anything, then what kind of thing you have to keep it into that consideration, keep it into your mind, right? Suppose you have make something and you are launching into the market and nobody want to purchase that particular thing. Why? Because that design is not as per the requirement of the client, right? It is not flexible in that particular we can say country. Suppose I'm going to buy the sweater and which is of very high woolen is there, which gives me very much heat, but as per the Indian atmosphere that is not required. So that kind of product will not going to purchase by the people. So whenever you are making any kind of mobile or any kind of wireless equipment, and in that case what kind of things you have to keep into your mind or in consideration, let's see one by one. So context information is the information related to the surrounding environment of an actor into that environment. Mobility implies that attribute associated with the device and users will change constantly. Such challenges shall mean that context and behavior of the application should be adopted to suit the current situation. Okay, as we know that it is the wireless, so you have to keep it into mind the environment. Second thing is mobility. The device is movable and the location is changing constantly. So such kind of behavior is handled by that particular device that you have to keep into the mind. So these are the three things. Context with context awareness. Here our context is environment, context switch on context, and the content transcoding on context. So concerning context in mobile computing, there are the things you have to, we can say, take care of while designing your mobile computing device. user context, device context, network, bandwidth, location, time, environment, charging, and security. So whenever you are making any mobile, you have to keep all these things into your mind. So first thing is, who is user? In trusted personal device and certain desktop environment, user can be assumed from the particular environment. For example, anybody from IIT Bombay campus can access the IIT Digital Library. In general, desktops are shared device and user context is the dynamic. So, what kind of students are there? Suppose I am keeping access of IEEE to the school student, primary school student, but exactly they don't require. But if I am keeping access of that IEEE to the, you can say IIT Bombay student, so they can use that particular thing into their research. Handling device context. So, what is the device behavior? What is the display size? Does it support the color? Does it support the synchronous ML? What barriers it support? Is there any shared object between the application and device and server? Can we identify device without ambiguity? So this kind of thing you have to keep in your mind while you are designing the, we can say, device. Is my voice breaking again?
Ma'am, it was not audible in the middle, but it is now.
Now is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, for this session, I'm having audio. I mean recording. I'll send you that recording. The only new topic I have added is design consideration. If it is audible, then fine. Otherwise, for remaining previous topics, I'm having recording, and that is very nice. I'll send you that recording once my lecture will finish.
Okay.
So the next thing is handling device context. So what is the behavior of device? What kind of exactly device you require? What is the display size? In mobile, we need a proper size of our display screen. If it is too big, then it is not able to handle by us. We cannot keep it everywhere. What kind of color people like? So according to that, you have to design that particular device. Now the next is handling network context. What is the security policy in network? What are the available barriers in network? What are the different nodes in network? Does the network offer positioning information? What are the different services available within that particular network? So we have to keep in mind the network. Is there any security policy if I am using that particular wireless communication in network of your college, right, in this university? So is there any security policy of that particular network that nobody can hack my data, nobody can break my communication? What kind of information it is going to provide? Does I need, suppose, any kind of, does I need to open my Bluetooth or GPS for some positioning information? Now bandwidth, you have to also handling the bandwidth while you are designing your wireless communication system. So what is the bandwidth available? What is the bandwidth subscriber is to allow? Is there any service level agreement on bandwidth between the user and network? Who pay for the bandwidth? Who is going to pay for the bandwidth? So we are using bandwidth from that spectrum. Now who will going to pay for that particular bandwidth? What kind of agreement is there? Now handling location context. Can we locate the device? What is the positioning of information? For example, is the car facing north way or south way in the highway, right? So as per the location of that particular device, that particular wireless device or mobile is working or not, that also you have to keep into the mind, right? I am using my mobile while I am driving the car. Why? Because there is handoff supported to me. I already explained you handoff, soft handoff and hard handoff, right? So whenever you are changing the location, you will going to get signal from the next tower. So your signal will not going to break. You will going to get the signal and you can talk with your friend on your phone, right? So you have to handle such kind of location context while designing the mobile or while designing wireless system. Time context, we can identify the time zone of client. We can get the timestamp of client. we can synchronize the clock, right? So these are the time related contexts that you have to handle while designing your mobile device. Your mobile device should show the time, or that time is going to, we can say, can we match that time with the foreign country time? That also you have to keep into the mind. Then next is environment context. So what are the surrounding environment condition? Is that sensor based network? What is the telematic application? What are the things essential for the embedded system? Then charging the context, right? Who will pay for this service? How to collect the uses of information? Whom to send the information for billing at the end user? What are the principle of sharing the revenue with the other service providers? So whenever we are talking with somebody, whenever we are using our mobile, we have to pay charges, or we have to go for the some renewal kind of prepaid mobile is there. So some renewal kind of money. So this kind of information while designing the mobile, this all information they have to keep into the mind. Nobody is allowed to use the free service of internet or mobile calling. We have to pay money for that. And how to handle this money kind of thing, who are the service provider, that everything you have to manage while designing the, while launching the mobile, before launching the mobile. Now you have to handle the security. What is the security? How you can authenticate your device? I told you there is 2 number of SIM card, right? So from that SIM card number, you can authenticate that particular person or device. Network is trustworthy or not? Network is encrypted or not? Okay, if that person is not paid the bill, the service will going to disconnect, right? So that kind of thing is going to handle. Then you are sending message to somebody or mail to somebody, that is in encryption decryption form. So that is going to handle while you are making your we can say wireless device, or you have to handle through the private key or public key. So this is the content architecture of the mobile computing. So higher level specification, accessibility information, interaction kind of thing, security it will provide, then web services it will provide. So these are the we can say content architecture. Client context manager, it is going to maintain the information like mobile device, user, location, network, and environment. Okay, I'm going to stop here. This is enough for this design consideration. And now all the topic